So my father is an extreme skier, and all that basically means is he does crazy things like heli skiing, where a helicopter will take him to the top of a mountain and he'll ski down, or backcountry skiing, where he'll go off the map, off of the ski map, and just do his own thing in the backcountry, and he loves it. And so one time, him and a bunch of his buddies, on a guy's trip, were up at our house in Canada, and they were up at the top of the hill or mountain, and he became really faint and actually fainted. So they had a helicopter come up and get him and come down, and he went to go get all these blood tests and everything, and stuff was coming back weird, and he didn't have a lot of platelets, and it turns out that if he were to have gotten a paper cut, he would have bled to death. So all this crazy stuff came, and he comes back to Houston, where I'm from. Excuse me. Comes back to Houston, and he gets all these tests, and we're trying to figure out what happened. And what we find out is that his leukemia from 10 years prior had come back. And not only had it come back, but it was twice as aggressive and twice as deadly and dangerous than it was before. So the way that my dad is he's just very aggressive and obviously not scared of anything. So we went right into it, started the chemo. He started, living at the hospital pretty much for about 6 months, where it would just be chemo on and off, on and off, on and off. And he was getting better, and he wasn't in as much pain as the beginning, but what the doctor basically realized is that chemo is not going to save his life. What's going to save his life is a bone marrow transplant. So, if you're not familiar with what a bone marrow transplant is, they can be rather scary because it's taking someone else's bone marrow and infusing it into your body. I mean, there's tons of things that can happen and how your body can react to that. So it was very scary for my entire family. And so I guess a couple months passed, and we finally found a donor who matched all 10 criteria out of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in the world. So my dad's donor is from London, England. So anyways, my dad got the donor. Everything was working fine. Everything was great. And my dad has been in remission for about a year now. And this coming Christmas, we're going to Canada, going to our ski house. And this will be the first time that my dad has been able to ski since everything has happened. And as you can imagine, not only is this an incredible thing for my family, just the fact that seeing our dad and, my mom, her husband, just overcome this amazing obstacle and be able to ski again. But it's also really showed me that, it's so cliche to say you only live once, but when something like that happened to our family, we all really took a step back and analyzed how we wanted to be living life and how we want to keep living it. So it's definitely taught me to live in the moment, because you never know what's going to happen, and to get excited for the ski season because we're going to have a blast. So that's my story.